Hi, I'm David, and today I was going to talk about winter macro, but as chilly as it may be, there's not much of a winter here right now. So let's see if we can take some shots that have a wintry feel by freezing some flowers and getting the macro lens out. Right, so I've got a rose in my ice cube there, and I've come outside because it slows down the melting process. It's a little bit chilly, but it's still not quite full winter, so this is why we're using this as an alternative. Now I've got my OM1 here with the 60mm macro, and I've just set it up on a little light board, just to add a little bit of light from underneath, but I'm getting lots of natural light from the sky today anyway. Now I'm going to take two types of shots for this video. One's going to be just a single macro shot, and then the second one will be a stacked image using the in-camera stacking feature. And for the first one, it's going to be really simple. I'm going to put the camera into manual focus. I'm going to use the focus limiter on the side to bring that focus to a 1:1 ratio, and then I'm just going to move the camera backwards and forwards until it hits that point that I want it to be at. And then just as a guide, here are the settings on the back of my screen for you. Okay, and now that I've done that single shot, I'm going to leave all of the settings exactly where they are, but I'm going to go into the stacking function in the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this menu here, and this is where I can set up my stacking function in terms of how many shots the camera is going to take, the focus differential, which is the spacing between each shot, and whether or not I'm using a flash if I need a delay and things like that. The settings that you see here now are pretty good for using the 60mm macro at 1:1 just on its own for straight up stacking between 3 and 15 shots. So it's really important when I'm doing focus stacking in camera that I get the correct initial focus point where the camera is going to start before it takes these multiple shots to then stack at the end. So I'm going to start around 40% into the depth of my subject, and then the camera is going to work a little bit further towards me and a little bit further away. And then that should create that final JPEG with nice clean clarity and depth of field. So there you have it. That's a nice way to get some winter into your macro shots when nature isn't exactly giving you the snow and the ice. Let's finish off this video by taking a look at some of our ambassador photos, and don't forget to tag us in your own images, and we'll see you on the next video.